We're back live with the Allegheny Health Network Nightly Sports Call, powered by the Borders and Borders Hotline, 412-575-2600. Bob Pompeani, Ron Cook. Let's get right to the lines. Got a lot of people out there want to talk, and Jeff is first up in Portage. Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
Good, Bob and Ron. How are you guys doing?
Good. Hanging in there.
Just after seeing what happened today with the Pirates, it just gets so frustrating that they don't have any desire to try to make the playoffs or, try to get to the World Series. And it gets frustrating. And I don't know why these fans keep supporting them or why we keep talking about them. But they don't want to do nothing.
People are still passionate about it. Jeff, the thing that I didn't like is after the 98-win season, as Ron alluded to, and as he said, he's going to write about it tomorrow in the Post-Gazette, they just kind of stood still, twiddled their thumbs, and didn't do anything for 2 consecutive off seasons. What have they done? And after they make a trade for Francisco Liriano, who, by the way, was traded to Houston tonight, and they save money, it was a salary dump, which forced them to give up 2 prospects, too. Whether or not they're good or not, they never trade prospects. But, Ron, they called it financial flexibility. What do they do?
Used it at
what
all.
do they use?
They haven't.
That's my point. What are you using it for?
That's why I want to see, hopefully, go out and find a pitcher and a third baseman in the offseason. But I'm not holding my breath that that's going to happen. That's just not what they do. Again, I had no problem them not adding to this team. This team is what it is, below mediocre. 51 and 54. They're not going to catch the Cubs. And as you pointed out, Milwaukee did nothing. St. Louis did nothing. So it's not just the Pirates that did nothing. I'm just glad they didn't trade McCutchen and Cole.
Yeah, I don't think they could have done that right now with any sort of – they would have had bad repercussion of that.
Well, I mean, how much bad worse can it get?
I know. Let's go to Ethan in line 2. And Ethan, da-ding, you are our winner in Cranberry. You're going to get 2 tickets to go to the Family Fest, Heinz Field, Sunday night. You can watch Steeler practice and have a great opportunity. So stay on the line when you are done, and we'll get some information from you, okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay, go right ahead. What's on your mind?
All right, so I'm a little bit disappointed in the Pirates today. If they really wanted to have a shot last week when Polanco was injured, they needed to add another outfielder if they had a shot. I'm not disappointed today because they just waited and waited, but I really think they should have added another outfielder, and yeah.
I agree 100%.
But here's the thing, Ron.
They should have added somebody when Marte was
suspended. Hang on the line, Ethan. That's what I'm saying.
I agree 100%.
This whole season, they only had 3 legitimate outfielders. Nobody else. They've been rotating Jaso out there, Frazier out there, Harrison out there, Osuna out there, everyone out there. They had to do something at some point, and they chose to ignore it. Plus, Ron, they were saving Gung's salary and Marte's. So add that to the financial flexibility of the other thing. That's a lot of money saved.
Yep, that they haven't spent. You're right. Yeah. Absolutely. That's a fair, much more fair than criticizing them today, in my opinion.
All right, let's go along to who is this? Brad in Duncansville. Hey, Brad, how you doing?
Good, Bob. Hi, Ron. How are you?
Hey.
Hey, I have the last time the Dodgers won the World Series was '88.
That's what I said. Yep.
Okay. I am really disappointed in the Pirates right now. Because I think they should have went out and looked for a starting pitcher, but the one I was wondering about was Marco Estrada. Do you think he would have been good for the starting pitcher, Ron?
Not for this team. I mean, I think it's too little, too late. Again, they're not going to catch the Cubs. I wish they'd have traded for Quintana during the All-Star break. Not only did they not get him, but their division rival got him.
Right.
Plus, he's under control for 3 years.
3 more years.
At a reasonable price. That's not giving up your future to get a guy like that. You get up your future to give a Yu Darvish like L.A. did today. I'm not expecting the Pirates to make that, but why not go for a guy that you have control over for 3 years?
Smiling Bob joins us now in Washington, Pennsylvania. What's up, Smiling Bob?
How you guys doing tonight? You guys are in a race for the best suntan. I don't know which one of you two is winning.
Well, his is legit. Mine's all makeup, so there you go. I think Ron wins.
Well, at any rate, the Pirates, the one fan said, well, why does anybody go? Well, you know what? Because we're baseball fans. I went to 20 games the last few years. I'm only going to 6 this year. I'm not happy either. Bob Nutting got to understand, if he don't want to put the money out, the attendance will drop.
And it has for dropping. 2 straight years, and it's going to drop again next year, I bet.
But, Ron, what I don't understand here is what you're saying is, well, they won't go out and get anybody in the off season. Well, you got to understand now, they just saved How much on Gong? 80 games with Marte. There is money there. There's money saved from Melanson,
I'm not saying they don't have it to spend. I'm just saying it's not their MO to do it. I'm with you. I think they have a chance to be a really good team next year if they add 2 players, a pitcher and a third baseman.
I agree with you, and with it being McCutcheon's final year, this has to be the last attempt by Huntington, or he and Hurdle will both be gone.
Well, Hurdle may be gone after this year anyway. I don't know that he wants to stay here. I don't think Huntington's had a good year by any stretch. And I like Neil a lot, and I like what he's done here.
I do too.
But I don't think he's done a good job this year.
I personally like both of those guys a lot, but I also think if you're looking at it from strictly a bottom-line business, they've been here for 10 years. Neil Huntington has, right, 10 years?
Yep.
I mean, they have never won a division. They've got 3 wild card games, and that's it. Now, is that good enough if that's your standard? But I also tie this to ownership and an unwillingness to make it easier on your GM by giving him the wherewithal to make maybe bigger plays that he might want to make but simply cannot make. We're going to take a break, come back with more. It's 412-575-2600 right here live on Pittsburgh CW.